Did you know you don't necessarily have to be a natural born speaker to be fantastic at speaking? I want to share the 6 habits that I use to become a more successful and confident speaker and video presenter. You need to watch this. To let you know, this video is sponsored, which means that any links that you find in the description below, you can find them, as well as a description and a link to my waist trainer. Good morning! One of the first things I like to do when I wake up in the morning is smell that cup of tea. Make myself a cuppa. If you're British and you're in the UK, we say cuppa over here. I like to make myself a fresh cup of tea because it really gets me going for the day. Now, I started reading this book called The Miracle Morning, and it's an amazing book that I discovered through one of my coaches in 2021. I cannot praise it enough for what it has done in my life. And if you watch a lot of my videos, one of my most important things is all about authenticity. And authenticity comes with presence, and presence comes with being grounded. And when I practice these miracle morning habits, I find myself to be more grounded, more confident, and great energy brings success. And that's what you're gonna get. The Miracle Morning book is actually written by a gentleman called Hal Elrod, and it's an amazing book which takes you through 6 habits that people do at 6 a.m. Now, you don't have to wake up at 6 p.m. if you're not an early bird. I am not necessarily an early bird. I've never been, and I try, but I find that when I do things in the morning, it helps me to get my day going. So the first thing that the Miracle Morning talks about is really getting up and focusing on the savers. These are the 6 principles of the Miracle Morning. So they are S for silence, A for affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for read, and S for scribing or writing. You don't necessarily have to do them in the exact order, and you don't have to do all 6 of them all at once. But you'll find that if you do a little bit of them, at least 5 to 10 to 15 minutes a day, it will definitely help you to feel more grounded, more confident, and more authentic. Because practicing this type of authenticity in your daily routine and your daily life is definitely going to help you to improve the way you come across on camera, on stage, and more or less connecting with people. That's what we're about. My 4 favorite rituals are silence, exercise, writing, and affirmation. The first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I sit in a little bit of silence. I ponder on the day. I meditate on what's going to happen. I may pray, and that's all part of my silence. You know, it's all part of my routine. The next thing I need to do is the most exciting thing for me is to get ready to exercise.
It is 7. I woke up at 6:30 today, and I'm going for my morning walk run.
So I get my clothes on, I get ready, I put my trainers on, and I am ready to roll. I love exercising, and exercising can be a combination of things. It can be 30 minutes walks, then a little bit of other types of cardio and stretches. Sometimes it's swimming, sometimes it can be boxing, sometimes it can be anything that I fancy and that really gives me the drive. And when I go on my morning walk, I use that time to really reflect. Think about the things that are really, really important to me. Think about the things that really matter. Think about the day. Think about everything I've digested from the night before till this specific moment. This is what it helps me to think about. I look at nature. I really am present in the moment. And most of the time, I take this moment and observe life in general. After my exercise, I come home and I start writing. I start speaking my affirmations into place. Sometimes I look at these affirmations and I say them in the daytime whilst I'm running. Sometimes I might be listening to positive affirmation. Sometimes I might be listening to a book that I am actually reading. I kind of read and listen at the same time. I find it helps me to save time. It helps me to save the space that I need so that I can be ready and have so much more time to do what I need to do throughout the day. Now, even though the miracle morning is about doing these routines in the morning, I like to do my visualizations sometimes in the morning and sometimes at nighttime. I find that when I'm visualizing at nighttime, I'm in a restful state of mind, and it really does help me to grow my imagination, to use the imagination. Sometimes visualization is also really helpful when I'm in the shower. It really just helps me to relax. I'm not thinking so heavily. I'm not stressed. It really just helps me to visualize and see what I want. And I accompany my visualization once again with affirmation, because it just helps me to feel those affirmations even more. And finally, one of the last habits that's in the miracle morning is reading. Reading is so important. Now, I don't always have the time to read, so what I do to save time, I might read. That means being able to listen and read a book whilst I am cooking, running, anything that comes to mind, I will read at the same time, and I will read by listening. And when I hear something really, really important, I will take the time to just pause or take notes of what I've heard and kind of go back into the book and read again. Now, if you don't know, when you buy a book on Kindle, there is an option when you buy your book for the first time, you can buy the audio version of that specific book. So say, for example, you bought this book, and instead of buying it through audio book, you could just purchase the voiced version of that book. And it's basically the author reading their books word for word. It's so much better, so much more affordable, and it saves you time. I would love to know which of these 6 miracle morning rituals and habits do you practice? Do you practice anything similar or a combination? And how do you apply them to your life? Once more, the most important thing I want you to realize from these habits is that these habits help you to be grounded, they help you to be present, and they help you to be authentic. And if you do them regularly, when you are about to speak on video and on camera, you bring the same kind of energy. Let me know in the comment which of these habits you love the most and which do you want to start practicing. I hope that you guys find it useful and beneficial for you, and it helps you to be more grounded and find more clarity. Thank you for watching. Bye.